Hello, hello. Welcome in, my illuminated souls. Thank you for tuning in. Today we are going to do a general message for the collective. So we're just going to do a little general energy check-in just to see if there's any messages or anything that we may need to know, anything we may need to see. Just letting us know what energies are coming out the strongest right now for the collective. So general message, general energy read for the collective. 3 cards. 3 cards for the collective. All right. So the overall energy is the Star. So there may be some things that you've been wishing for, some things that you've been hoping for, some things that you've been trying to manifest that you're wanting to come into fruition. This is a good, hopeful energy. This is also a major arcana card. So it's like the divine has their hand in this as well. So this could be a time of alignment, a time for you to line up with your abundance, to line up with your desires and your manifestations that you're calling in, right? This is just a good, positive energy, high manifestation time period for you, right? So the first card is the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, cups are about emotions, and the Queen is in, mastery of those emotions, right? She's not as stoic as maybe the King of Cups would be, but she's still mastered her emotions. But she's still able to have that nurturing side to her, right? But along with the Star card, this is like, to me, this is like following your passions, following your desires, following what you love, following your heart, following what makes you happy, right? Not necessarily following your heart as in, relationship-wise, because a lot of times we do follow our heart, but sometimes we need, to tame our heart down because our heart gets a little out of control sometimes. So we need to bring that logic in. But this follow your heart is more like follow what you love, do what you love. Like when you're doing what you love to do, you'll never work. That's what they say, right? And it's true. When you're doing what you love and you love doing it, it's never like work, right? So this is just telling you at this time, follow your dreams, follow your passions, do what feels good to you, do what makes you happy, do what you love, do what your soul calls for, right? And then we have the Two of Spears. So the Two of Spears is like making decisions, right? Like how I said earlier, like head over heart decisions, or making a decision to do what you love. You may have 2 job offers and one may pay more, but the other may be more in line with, your values and your goals in life, right? So, it's always good to make money, but when you're doing what you love, you are more in alignment to be able to receive abundance, right? So that other job may pay more just flat out, but your level of happiness and your frequency won't be as high as it would be in the other job, which may be a little more low paying, but when you raise your frequency and you raise your vibration and you're able to align because you're happy with your job, then you're able to call in more abundance from other sources. Because what we neglect to realize sometimes is that, abundance is out there and it comes in all shapes and forms. And, if you limit yourself to thinking that you can only get money from going to work, like if you're an hourly, employee and you're thinking the only way I can get money is if I go to work and get paid for my time, then you're already limiting yourself and you're already like, keeping yourself just a hair out of alignment just with those thoughts, right? So the more that you're able to think differently and view things differently, the more you're able to align your energy, right? So this is about making the decisions that are going to put you into alignment, right? Making the decisions to follow your heart, to follow your dreams, to follow your passions, right? And that's what's going to put you into alignment so that you're able to call in all of your abundance, right? And then we have the Five of Cups, right? So in the Five of Cups, this person is kind of like, you know, reminiscing, kind of like crying over spilled milk a little bit. So there's supposed to be 5 cups in this picture, with 2 knocked over that the person is kind of sad and upset about. But they're not realizing, I'm sorry, there's 3 knocked over. And they're not realizing, hey, I still have 2 full cups over here. So, you know, this is kind of like making the decision to let these things go and focus on the good things you have. So let go of these 3 cups that you spilled and focus on the 2 cups that are still full. You know, this is what, these cups is what's going to increase our happiness, increase our abundance. These cups are what's going to put us into alignment, right? Because, you know, those cups that we spilled, they're empty now. So they're really of no use to us anyway. So why cry or be upset, you know, over these cups that are no longer of use to us? You know, we should just allow them, you know, they've taken their time, their season has come and gone, you know, and it's time to move forward with those 2 cups that we do have, right? So this is your decision right here, right? Because, you know, when they say, you know, you need to do the work, you need to do the work. But what is the work? Well, being happy is the work. Being grateful is the work, right? If you're able to go through life and no matter what challenges or obstacles are thrown your way, if you're still able to maintain your frequency, maintain your energetic level, then you will be able to reach alignment better that way. Because doing the work is being happy. Doing the work is being grateful, because that's what puts you into alignment, right? You going to work to a job that you don't like and you get there and you're not happy, that is not putting you into alignment, right? Because, you know, if it were, you know, you go to work every day and you work hard and you get rich. If that was the truth, everybody would be rich. Because I know a lot of people who work hard every day and break their back, right? So if all you needed to do was just go to work and work, then everyone would be rich. But that's not it, right? We have to align with certain things that, you know, when we're aligned with those energetic frequencies, we're able to call them in, and we're able to call more things to ourselves, because we become magnetized to the things that we want, right? So it's all about that alignment. Because, you know, you can have the best job in the world, but if you're not in alignment, like it's just not clicking for you, right? But you could be in a job that maybe you don't make the best money in the world, but you're so happy and free that you're in alignment that everything is always coming to you. Everything is always magnetized to you, right? So just do the work. Follow your dreams, follow your heart, do what you love. Make the decision to do what's best for you, to do what makes you happy, right? All right. So thank you for tuning in. I wish you all the most blessings, love, and abundance. Thank you.